In this video about how revolutionary was the Industrial Revolution, we will be talking about the impact of this in one of the most advanced countries in technology, Japan. Although the great part of the Japanese industrialization took place due to the Meiji Restoration, an era of major political, economic, and social change, the external factors of the industrialization came before. The US were interested in Japanese coal deposits in Wales. However, Japan was a country with a closed commerce and trade. In the year 1853, the US Commodore Matthew Perry arrived at Japan demanding the opening of the country. He let them think over a period of almost 1 year. As it had been a closed country, the Japanese army was not ready to fight against the powerful army of the US. So when they arrived in 1854, the Japanese government signed a series of unequal treaties in which Japan opened its frontiers and traded with the US and a series of countries. Even though by opening the country the Japanese economy began to grow and the Industrial Revolution began, these unequal treaties and the presence of foreign people in Japan caused a great opposition against those foreign countries and a great opposition against the decisions taken by the Tokugawa shogun Iemochi. The Isshin Shishi was a group of samurai from southern Japan, Satsuma and Chosu. These offered opposition against Shogun Iemochi due to his decisions of accepting the treaties without the emperor's consent and that they considered were damaging Japan as a sacred country. This is why they began the movement of Son no Joi, which purposes were to revert the emperor and expel the barbarians. The emperor at that time, Emperor Komei, agreed with this movement and ordered in 1863 to expel the barbarians from the country. The Shishi attacked barbarians in shogun's positions. However, they weren't successful at all. The Shishi learned anew that they could only win if they had a better technology that couldn't be accessible because of the great isolation in the past years. So they allied with Great Britain, which gave them arms and tactics that would help them gain in the rebellion against the shogun. With this new support, they retook Chosu. Satsuma and Chosu formed a secret alliance, the Sacho Alliance, with the emperor to defeat the current shogun Yoshinobu. Even though the Yoshinobu offered to resign as shogun and serve the emperor as head of council, Satsuma and Chosu remained unsatisfied, and the Boshin War began. The imperial court that was formed by the Sacho Alliance, with the support of Great Britain, fought against Yoshinobu and some of his loyal daimyo. With the support of France, Yoshinobu was defeated, and the Emperor of Japan was born. The Meiji Restoration began in 1868, when he relocated the imperial capital from Kyoto to the shogun capital of Edo, that was named as we know it nowadays, Tokyo. The Meiji Restoration was an era of major political, economic, and social change that lasted until the Emperor Meiji died. During this period, Japan was modernized, westernized, and industrialized. The Emperor Meiji saw a need to modernize the country as fast as possible because they were worried that they could be colonized after seeing the loss of Hong Kong by China because of the lack of modernization in the Opium Wars. This is why the emperor began the Meiji Restoration in order to prevent these invasions and benefit from the Western technology. During this period, the country was modernized and industrialized. The political change took by the emperor was to create a central government to be as powerful as the Western powers. In order to do so, he adopted the German model for their government and established a constitution in 1889 that gave him autocratic power and formed a legislature made up of an emperor's elected house. The social reforms changed Japan completely. These changed the feudal Japan into a Western-based society in which all the rights of the daimyo and samurai were abolished. This brought a lot of revolts and even a rebellion led by Saigo Takamori, which defended the samurai rights. However, they were defeated. The most important social changes were in education. Public education was established and new universities founded. Women also benefited from these changes. However, they were still given secondary roles in society. The economic changes were probably the most important ones during the Restoration. Although the economy still depended on agriculture, industrialization was the primary goal, and these new changes resulted in a development of strategic industries, transportation, and communications. The banking system was also changed into a European style. So in conclusion, the impact of the industrialization in Japan was that the country changed in 1 century from being an isolated country with an undeveloped economy, politics, and society to be the most advanced technological country. However, the secret of the Japanese growth is that they combined the good things from all the countries. They took the business style from the US, the military and economy from Germany, and the social style from France, and formed one of the best countries in a very short period of time.